And welcome back to the Flow Sports Fix on this Thursday evening. We've got some super netball to talk about shortly, but before we get to that, the Prison Bar Guernsey debate. It has certainly created a lot of controversy in all quarters, and there's been a statement issued by the Port Adelaide Football Club. And the Flowman, he's got some thoughts about it, so we're going to share them with you right now.
It's a very interesting time for Port Adelaide. They are complaining to the AFL that it's just 10 days away for the showdown, and they want to wear the Prison Bar Guernsey, the one that Port Adelaide uses in the SANFL and has for a long time in that competition. Remembering that when the AFL were giving permission for Port Adelaide to come into the competition in 1997, Port Adelaide agreed to wear black, white and teal and not the Prison Bar Guernsey because Collingwood had already said that they were their colours. Now, I think that there's something when David Koch says that it's being disrespectful to our fans and our club for the AFL to not have made a final decision on this. My view is that Port Adelaide are just pushing the button here, and ultimately they have agreed to enter the AFL back in 1997 to keep pushing this same old button. To me, I think it's disrespectful of the decision that was taken for their entry into the AFL. At the same time, they're going to keep putting their hand up, and Collingwood, well, they're going to keep saying that it's their colours, albeit Port Adelaide are on the top of the table and Collingwood are at 17th, and their coach, who was once a Port Adelaide footballer wearing the Prison Bars and also a Collingwood footballer wearing the striped black and white. Well, Nathan Buckley probably got more problems trying to keep his coaching job and to be even concerned about what Port Adelaide wear when they play against Adelaide at the showdown. It's a very intriguing battle that David Koch has been waging. I hope that the AFL doesn't relent here. If you enter a competition with a set of rules and so forth, and then you want to keep on changing the rules, it seems to me that you always intended to change the rules. That to me seems to be the situation for Port Adelaide here.
Respectfully, Flowman, I have to disagree, and I guess I'm disagreeing because I am a member of the Port Adelaide Football Club, and I know you love your Adelaide Crows, but I think it's become a fuss made really bigger than it really needs to be. And going by the statement, and I'll read you part of the statement that was put on the Port Adelaide Football Club site, they state that we're requesting to wear this Guernsey, which is the Prison Bar Guernsey, in showdowns only, to celebrate the heritage of our club and our contribution to South Australian football. We are not asking to wear it as a regular home or away Guernsey, or even outside of South Australia. It is a request for showdowns only in Adelaide. The statement goes on to say, we have the 2007 agreement that clearly states Port Adelaide can wear its heritage Prison Bar Guernsey once a year in all home AFL heritage rounds except against Collingwood. This agreement was co-signed by the AFL and Collingwood, which clearly indicates that both parties endorsed Port Adelaide wearing this heritage Guernsey on a limited basis every year. We believe that our position is reasonable and in line with the agreement. This issue just isn't about Port Adelaide, it is about the passion and connection that all fans have for their clubs. I don't really disagree with that. I think that's a fair point, and I think that needs to come in there. They only want to wear it in showdowns, so it doesn't affect anywhere and anywhere else. And all the fuss about wearing the Prison Bar and black and white, who owns this? Have a look at other sporting codes around the world, and they all have their home strips and their away strips. What's wrong? Is this the only code in the world that can only have a home strip and not anything else? You don't have an away strip. All you do is change your shorts? Come on. I think it's time we really get a bit serious about this. And after all, when you look in, I'll use the Premier League in the UK as an example. They have their home strip. They also have multiple away strips because of all the colour combinations that clash. When Liverpool play Man United or they play Arsenal or any team with red, they are not allowed to wear red. They've got to wear a different colour. So that's why they have a white strip, a yellow strip and a sky blue strip. What's wrong with that? And the thing is, they're also marketing tools because the fans buy them. So I think they're kind of missing a bit of a point here as well. And yes, it's a complex issue and it's really hard to try and narrow down, but I just think it's a big fuss that doesn't need to be made a big fuss of. It's only involving two SA sides, and the only ones that really want to get upset about it can be the Crows. Collingwood have got nothing to do with it because it's a game being played in Adelaide. It doesn't affect them. They're not going to be there. So I think we need to just chill out a bit on it. And I don't think it's a problem. And if it's only for showdowns, then I think good on them. Why not? Let's do it. It's acknowledging the heritage of the Port Adelaide Football Club, which I don't think anyone can deny. It's been there. So let's get on with it. And it's nothing about anything else. But okay, the ownership of who should have black and white, I don't see any copyright on the patterns of colours, so other teams do have white in their strips, so maybe they need to take that out if Collingwood's going to own black and white. It's getting a bit ridiculous, I feel, and Koshi, just calm down as well, and Eddie can calm down, and so can the AFL, and let's get back to just playing football, and it really doesn't matter. Play shirts and skins. It's whatever we need to do. It's getting a bit crazy like that, and I need to move along to other things because I'm getting the wind up, and it's netball. We need to talk about Super League netball, and the Flowman had some thoughts about that, and here's what he had to say.
Look, let's take a look at Super Netball now, and it's a fabulous start to the season. Good article written by our own Carl Carrington up on Flow News 24 about the Super Netball season that's upon us. And great to see that the Thunderbirds out of Adelaide have nominated as their captain the young girl from Woodner, Hannah Petty. And Hannah, we followed her career from Midwest Netball and right through to her playing for Australia in under-21s, and then now to see her picked up by the Thunderbirds and now to become their captain is a wonderful achievement from one of our local areas. And also from Edenhope, Sasha McDonald, she's from the Vixens now, and she's started her career down in the southwest Victoria. And wonderful to see girls from our local country competitions make it through to the big time. I mean, that's what it's really all about, isn't it? And just for those that are thinking about the amount of sacrifice, when you're in a big capital city, you've only got to go half an hour down the road potentially to go to the training sessions and the career development type coaching and so forth, the talent identification schemes and so on that are in each state. For Woodner's Hannah Petty, her family, Karen, her mum, I know, took many trips down to Adelaide from 6 hours from Adelaide. And then you couple that too with the circumstances for Sasha McDonald, and she travelled from Edenhope around 4 hours to Melbourne, and it's just a long trek for folk to get into talent identification, the parents to commit the time travel to get down there and to be part of the coaching groups and so on. So to those families, I say well done, and to the Super Netball season beginning, good luck to all of the girls. There is going to be salary cap issues, as Carl has written. The West Coast Fever still, they're a long way away, one would think, given that particular position for them starting the season off with -3 games. But it may well be the season where the Thunderbirds get it back on track and get themselves up into finals contention. They haven't done so since back in 2014 when they actually, I think, won the competition. So it is a big season for the Thunderbirds, a good one for the Vixens too, with Sasha McDonald from Edenhope and Hannah Petty from Woodner, a couple of country girls hoping to star across their Super Netball competition sides.
And have a look at that article that Carl wrote on our flownews24.com.au website. Click on the sports tab and you'll see it right there. I'm looking at it right now. It is a very good article, lots of thought going into it. I totally disagree where you've got the Adelaide Thunderbirds because I want to see them doing better, but hey, that's what all this is all about. There's no real right, there's no real wrong. It's just good fun discussion and we like to talk about it. If you've got some thoughts, please feel free to share them with us. You can do so via our Facebook page, Flow FM Australia, or you can just send us an email through to news@flowfm.com.au. It's going to be an interesting time as we talk about Guernseys and other things on the Flow Sports Fix in weeks ahead. We've got caught with a Sports Express not too far away for you.